Namaste. Um, Shaman G here. Kochikodo Kukukan. Quick update on the first message I had out about Lightworkers and the importance of making his children sick. It goes much deeper than just if there's no electronics and your child seems to be sick or whatever. Like I said, it reverts back to we're all crystals, and if one of the parents or whoever's around the child is resonating at a low frequency, that child is getting sick from that parent slash worker slash whoever is in care of that child. They're reacting. It's almost like putting your child by a nuclear reactor. Of course it's going to get sick. It's going to, and because it's, everybody has a guide. Everybody has angels, and everybody, is hooked up with divineness. And we get messages all the time. So when you see your life off course, things seems not right, you are off course. A neat little other trick, deja vus. If you've been having deja vus a lot, guess what? Time is a circle. It's not a line. It's a circle. So basically, you already been there. Yes, that's true. You've been there and you made the wrong decisions. Now you're back again. So this is a time where instead of sitting there and going daydream, oh, I think I remember this. Hold on. And you go through it and then it's gone. Well, you never did nothing. Guess what? You're back on that same train again and you're going to come back again. So guess what? When you come to a deja vu, that should be, that's your guide hooking you up. Say, look, I'm going to let you look real quick. So that way you go to the light side, go to the good side, try something different because you messed up already. And your guide is at least sharp enough to allow you to see that for yourself. And so, that just means you have a good guide, which means this guide also is making sure you keep the course and everything. That's why, karma's karma. That's why, just like anything, your guide is responsible to make sure. So if you go off and do something really silly, your guide's going to make sure you get in trouble for that, because it's almost like having a teacher right there next to you all the time. So, why would you try to get away with something? You can't. It's impossible. In the same way, when a child gets sick by, a low frequency person, or, parents, both of them are arguing and fighting, they're putting out a bad vibe. They're just mad at each other, and then they go and pick up the baby because they feel so comfortable. You guys are just stealing the baby's energy because you guys are so let down, and then you go to this poor baby, and you're coming to it after an argument, and it just is dying, and it don't understand because it's confused why you're coming to it so low frequency. And so that baby, you're basically a vampire sucking the baby's energy, and then you finally let the baby down, and the baby's like either going to be irritated or something. I mean, it's not rocket science. Once you see how a lot of people are hurting their own children because of the fact that, they resonate, when they sit there and say, oh, I want mommy or daddy, they're already telling you who the higher frequency is, So if you're hearing that from your child, I want daddy or I want mommy, they're telling you they're not liking your vibe and they want to be away from you because you're making them very ill. And that is how it is. I'm sorry. And it's just like anybody else. If you live you'll find that person that just totally turns your stomach. That's a low vibe. You're picking that up. That's why you avoid it. So just imagine you're a child and you can't get away from that vibe at all. Because your parent guts come there all the time. And you don't even realize, parents are doing what they're doing. That's where abuse comes in. Where, a low step parent comes in the house, and sees this high energy person. So when they're sitting there either telling them what to do and getting after them, or beating them, which they do all the time, they're basically beating that energy out of that child, and they feel good when they walk away, and that poor child is all broke down again. And then you got to be scared because that child is over there thinking, oh, I hate that person, or oh my God. You got to realize this works. Your intent works. So if you're always worrying about stuff, and guess what? You're making it happen. You're manifesting worrying. And so it's like, okay, if you're going to worry and you're not listening to us, then we'll let you play the worry because everything is free will. But guess what? If you get on your divine plan and open up your glove box and get to your manual, and then once you get to your manual, you get to see the God manual, it's all easy. It's very easy. You just let it, you're synchronized with the universe, so everything is going to sync up. If you are on the right track, it's going to sync up with you. I mean, it's once you figure it out, it is so simple. And it's not 2 days, 2 weeks, 3 months, or whatever thing before it starts working or whatever. This is instantaneous. Once you're on the right track, you're going to know. And if you're curious, guess what? If you have Pandora Radio and you ask it, hey, can you please let me the message through Pandora Radio? You will trip out. It will, and you put it on shuffle, you will just like, what the heck? And whatever moment you're in or whatever you're doing, song's gonna come. I don't care if you even heard the song 100 million times. You're gonna hear it first time, and it's gonna make sense to you. It's like, what the heck? My name was in that song? It's crazy. So double check, verify. Mark on my YouTube your bullshit. I challenge anybody. As long as you do what I ask you to do, I challenge anybody. And it's that simple. Your guide is the one that's going to, so if you ask every day, that's why it's so important to ask for any help throughout the day, because they're not allowed to volunteer. So as long as you say, hey, hook me up, they're going to hook you up, because that's all they need. It's just like the cliche of letting a vampire in the house. A vampire can't come in your house unless you let them in. Same way with help. The angels and all them, they can't come in and do stuff like that. It's always when you're in the last thing, or, oh shit, I'm going to crash, or I'm going to die, oh, please help me. It's always the last. And what do? They do bail you out, don't they? But they don't want to do it at the worst case scenario, because it's harder for them to do that. They have to do a lot more work to make that happen. Why wouldn't you call on an angel and just say, hey, just guide me that way I don't run into those things, because those are tracks that you're not supposed to be on, and your free will, you get to your free will and they're like, oh, hey, I'm going to back out real quick. Call up, back up. No, because you're going to get in trouble for that, because you're always penalized, because it's like, sorry, you're going to have to go to summer school again, obviously. So let me cut this off. I was just rambling on. I have a lot more messages, like I said. I have the key for a lot of people. I mean, I've been carrying a lot of crystals, a lot of stuff. You're going to know if what I have belongs to you just by if your consciousness is high enough to tap into, your guide. They're going to say, hey, that's the guy. You're going to get the chill. You're going to get confirmation, whatever. And just follow the path. Everybody has a time. And once you have that time, you will come to me and I have your gift for you. And that's it. Earth is going to hook you right up. You got to realize you're synchronized with Mother Earth and everything else. Now, part of this, if you want Mother Earth to help you out 100%, you got to help her. Pick up garbage. Don't litter. This is terrible. This is why she's so sad. Because you look at a littered place and you'll see garbage and everybody's like, oh, that's great. Guess what? They just made that a low vibration. You go pick that up and there's no garbage, you just made it a high vibration. Mother Earth will say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And not only that, when you pick that up, when you hold that and you're doing her a favor, she's syncing up, and whoever dropped that there, guess what? They get in trouble. They get in trouble, because it's just like asking, the president, hey, president, pick that garbage up. Why? I didn't even do it. So you're making us pick up your stuff because you don't, guess what? It's not going to be good for you. So if you think you remember you dropped some garbage somewhere, you better go back and find it, and then you got to pick up 10 more extra for even the consciousness of doing it. And not only that, if you got this Lightworkers and everything finding your garbage, that's even worse, because we're sending a whole brigade after you to say, you better stop doing what you're doing. Anyways, that's my rambling. Namaste. So much stuff coming in. Is so much stuff. It's really cool. Lightworkers, everything. Hone in, clean your vessel. Do not take any meats at all. Eliminate meats, period. Unless you're a Reiki master and can know how to change the vibration of food, still, your body doesn't need that. Okay? Because there's going to be a change, and you're not going to be you're going to be bummed out. And so I'm working on finding delicious recipes for vegetarian food. I happen to be working with a Chinese woman that is considered the most awesome cook in history. And so when you eat her food is resonating at a crazy megahertz. So it's just by taking nitrous for your antenna, and it's off the chart. So I believe that's all the message. Everything should be ending in sequence of, 10, 10, 0. That's how it works. And this one's going to stop at, obviously, 10, 10. Have a good day. Namaste.